Making your way through work Monday takes everything you got. Then Monday night rolls around and you realize there's a shot. You're only 10 points away. All those times when your team had no fight, they're just so gosh darn frail. Then your star quarterback let another deep ball sail, and your third round pick bet on his team. Then go check out our streets where everybody knows your pain, and they listen to complaints. You wanna be where you can see our bodies bring you no shame. You wanna go where everybody knows your pain.
Welcome back to another episode of Dad Bod Fantasy Squad. Boys, this feels like deja vu.
Yeah, let's go ahead and clear the air about what happened.
Yeah, so Mario said welcome back instead of welcome in. And so, you know, the gods, the fantasy gods, the voodoo gods, the karmic
Says
gods.
no can do, my man.
Yeah, they said that is too exclusive to new watchers.
Oh my
and
gosh. Wait, to new
punished
watchers?
him. Yeah, we have new watchers. Don't you
We
see
said
the
it's too
eyeball
exclusive
top
to
there?
new
It's
watchers.
not inclusive. Let's go
There
with that.
You know, you're yeah.
If you're gonna say something, say it right.
He's like,
Brian.
no.
So anyway, Mario, like the bozo that he is, did not click go live. So we're talking to ourselves for about 15 minutes. So here we are. We're going to recap what we talked about, maybe get into it a little bit, and then we're going to get on to some games.
Brian's a previously on type of guy, huh?
That's
Like
me.
he intros into the show like previously on Dad Bod Fantasy Squad.
What you missed,
Yeah.
Cody hates Amish beards.
and specifically Cooper Kupp. Cody hates Cooper Kupp.
Mario laughs at fart jokes.
You ever look at Cooper Kupp and just think like he's not a good person? Because I look at Cooper Kupp now and I think that.
That's not fair.
Why? He's a garbage human being.
He did nothing to you. He won me my game. Yep.
How?
Pull up the
Did
picture,
you own
Mario.
Cooper Kupp? Didn't even know you owned him anywhere.
Yeah, and Dink and Flicka.
You know who does own him?
okay.
Is Felix.
Oh, wait, Cody. Okay, so recap what happened. Just a 10-second, not even.
Yep. So for anybody watching the Rams game on Monday night, what happened was that I had Deebo Samuel and my counterpart had Cooper Kupp.
And somebody else.
And somebody else, yeah. And the game fell miraculously amazing in the fact that on the Rams' final possession, when they were down 2 scores and any head coach, quarterback, and wide receiver with like a half of a brain, maybe even a third, you just
Why
run
so
the ball
wide
twice
receiver?
and the game's over. Because it's Cooper
Wide
Kupp. He sucks. Anybody with a brain says, oh, we're down 2 scores with 28 seconds left. This game's over. You know, it's the like, we're going to hand off the ball, fall on the ground, go to the locker room, hang your head in sorrow. But what do the Rams do? They throw a 3-yard pass. I don't know that it was 3 yards, but it was not very many yards. I was up 0.3 points. 0.3 heading into this drive. I'm holding the remote to shut the TV off. My chest is puffed out. I've never felt as much of an alpha in my entire life. And Cooper Kupp ruined everything with a junk catch to set his career record. Nobody gives a crap about Cooper Kupp's career record.
Is that why they threw it then? Because like they ran the next
think
play.
so. Because as soon as he caught it, like that's a new career high for Cooper Kupp.
Cody, I thought I tried to warn you
Kupp.
about Matthew Stafford many, many years ago.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford wasn't even on my team. He burnt me on somebody else's team.
Cody, you want to know the best part about this? How I come into
I see
this
nothing good. But go ahead.
is I traded Geno Smith to the guy that you played this week, and he had to plug him in over
Geno
Andy
Smith has a
Dalton.
career
It was his
name.
only
Yeah.
other. Yeah.
Geno Smith is currently leading the league in completion percentage.
Yeah, and it's like he's leading it by a decent margin. He's like 74 or something like that.
77.
I thought 77.
77.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oof.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp handed me a loss with a useless catch down 2 scores. It's like it doesn't even make any sense. It makes 0 sense that it was even a thing.
And turned Cody into a robot. That's some hard juju.
That's some hard juju, is right. Is Cody? Yeah, Cody's frozen a little bit right now.
Am I still frozen?
Better now, but you're. Nope, you're good.
There's not. Real quick, I just want to make sure one thing's really clear about this, and this is not something I would say. This is something we all try not to say. Okay. If I saw Cooper Kupp today, I'd kick the side of his knee really hard.
Jeez, Cody.
Yeah. I'm not playing. I'm not playing.
And Cody randomly runs into Cooper Kupp. Hey, Cooper Kupp, how are you? Good to see you.
Yeah, so my flight actually leaves here in like 2 hours, so we need to keep moving.
If you watched last night's episode, it got a little carried away. We apologize for that. Little incidents that we're probably going to have a nice clip to show you for.
So yeah, someone had an accident.
Diapers needed to be changed on the dad bod.
We need dad bod wipes.
Brian,
not on this episode.
What size do you think he is, though, Brian?
14.
That actually sounds right, because I feel like a 6 is like what, a 3-year-old. That sounds right. The math feels right. Size 14. Mario has no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, is this for Rob?
This is diaper sizes. Yeah. Whoa, you just gonna call somebody out like that, huh?
Oh, I thought it was already done.
You're trying to preserve his identity, and you're over here just putting out
Maybe I'm
like,
a little worried you guys are talking about my diaper, huh?
Rob pooped his pants. Mario changed his team name to that. Oh, he actually changed it to that funny Thielen or something like that when you poop your pants.
Rob didn't actually poop his pants, but you'll see the video. It's pretty funny.
Nobody's sure.
Who are we to say?
Yeah, nobody's sure.
Who are we to say? He'll tell us it was the dog.
The evidence is fairly incriminating.
Who'll say it was the dog? Who are we to say?
Yeah, but that's like a kid says dog ate their homework. That's still incriminating because
as a professional pants pooper, I gotta say,
this is our resident expert.
It sounded pretty wet. I think he did it.
It was the episode really spun out after that. It
really stunk. Let's
stinky.
just say that the episode stunk afterwards.
Pretty streaky.
Yeah, it got messy.
All right. Let's get into some injury updates so we could get into some of these game previews. A lot of injuries this week. Cody was saying some of the biggest names.
Yeah.
Javonte Williams.
Jonathan
Taylor.
Pitts,
the matchup that we were looking for all season. Uh-oh. No, he's watching.
Is he here? He's here.
It was the dog. That's probably the only reason he's watching right now, just to make sure that we didn't smite his name, and we did. All right. So Jonathan Taylor ruled out for Thursday night with a knee injury. We're going to talk about this game, so I'm not even going to ask you about anything with Jonathan Taylor currently. Kyle Pitts missed Wednesday practice with a hamstring injury. Is this it's Wednesday, my dude?
I think so. What do you think?
There it is.
Oh, confirmation.
He also said this, which has got to feel better than when it went out on him.
This is mean now. This has gotten mean.
Has it?
You think
I can't believe you guys called him out like that. How could you guys do that to him?
Continue.
The name dropper himself is.
So
yeah, right.
Kyle Pitts, not necessarily worried yet. Need to see what tomorrow and Friday look like.
I'm more concerned just about him in general. How is Kyle Pitts doing?
Yeah, nobody asked that. They just say, "Where is Kyle Pitts?" Never, "How is Kyle Pitts?"
They say, "How is Kyle Pitts' knee?" I want to know about his mental.
Yeah, it's a great question. I
want to know what he thinks of his quarterback play.
True.
Probably not
we'll
happy.
get into that also.
Yeah.
Cordarrelle placed on IR with a knee injury. I think it's to be noted they're expecting him back after 4 weeks. He is 31. We'll see what happened. I don't even know if we got clarity on what happened to his knee. He came back into this game. I remember seeing him hop back into the game, but like was held out with obvious concerns about this knee. So we talked about our waivers in general on last night. Tyler Algier. I think Caleb Huntley plays more of a role.
We'll get into the Falcons. We can talk about it then.
Great. Rashad Bateman did not practice Wednesday. It says with a knee injury, but I thought this was a foot injury. No?
I could have been mistaken. I actually can't remember.
I am doubtful he plays this week.
I'm kind of feeling the same way.
They just
But not with
signed
a lot of
somebody.
confidence.
They just signed a
did.
receiver.
Andy Isabella.
Yeah. From the
Cleveland
Cardinals.
native, I think.
Let's see. Foot injury. Cody was
There
wrong.
you go.
Get some,
There you
Cody.
go.
Get some.
But he wasn't wrong when we were talking about.
Oh man, poop games. So I don't know if we talk about. Do we talk about Baltimore tonight? But I really
don't
like
think so,
Duvernay in this
but-
matchup.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah, I
sense.
think you got to like him. Yeah.
Dawson Knox did not practice Wednesday with foot hamstring. That's a combo. I think I haven't really heard any major injury coming out from Dawson Knox, but at this point, you're probably not starting him. So
It's
David
hard.
Mon-
I mean, he's still in that streaming category, probably. I know it's gross, but
It's crazy that you can be on the best offense in the league and get 2 catches a game.
they got a lot of weapons, though.
I don't want to derail us,
let's
but Gabe
go.
Davis has really not been good other than one game either.
No, he hasn't.
This is
So-
Stephon Diggs and Stephon Diggs.
I think you both are overestimating his health because he
Gabe
has also
Davis?
been dealing with the ankle injury.
And that
today
may be true.
Today logged his
kind of getting
first full practice.
Ever?
No, today since this ankle injury.
since
So-
this morning.
Yeah. So be on the lookout for Gabe Davis this week. You get a little bit more. I actually have him in a DFS lineup already. David Montgomery, non-participant with ankle injury, ankle/knee. I thought that's not just David.
Originally, it was ankle/knee. It could be that his ankle healed and his knee's still bothering him.
I read somewhere today that he's trending out for week 5. So if he is, you're still plugging Khalil Herbert.
Yep.
But I think
For
he's going
sure.
to be out again. T. Higgins limited Wednesday with an ankle injury. As a T. Higgins owner in multiple leagues, the dude is always limited on Wednesdays.
He's fine.
So
Yep.
I think he's fine. David Njoku, also another guy that's held out on Wednesdays quite a bit. Amon-Ra St. Brown did not practice Wednesday. Little nervous about this one.
With you.
His ankle.
I'm actually kind of nervous about both of the Lions.
Well, DeAndre Swift, I don't think they're expecting back till week 7, but he would pretty much, Dan Campbell said he would have to
Yeah.
heal pretty fast. So
Yeah.
DeAndre Swift did not practice today. Keenan Allen did not practice today with the same hamstring issue. He re-injured that last week, was trending to play, re-injured it last week. We might be dealing with this for a while with Keenan Allen. Alvin
That
Kamara
has happened
limited.
in the past. I feel like Keenan Allen has had 6-week hamstrings. in
Yeah,
past
he
years.
has for sure. But Kamara, who you're about to mention, he is trending in the right direction, and I believe he said he's going to play.
He's very much a game time decision this week.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it didn't get closer than it got.
I mean,
And
even if
could've fallen
even if
asleep.
he plays, are you feeling comfortable starting him? I know you just traded for him.
It's ribs. I mean,
Yeah, ribs
Been
isn't a
dealing
big
with
deal,
this-
but I'm talking more about just like how he's been used and the team
I
and
missed it, Felix.
Yeah, Felix, you already missed it, dude. We talked all about it.
We go live at
Cody-
9, Felix. 9.
9. Yeah, it's 9:20, dude. You're 20. I mean, I would
Hey,
say
tell
something, but-
Felix, be careful. You're probably not going to be able to start Cooper Cup this week.
because Cody's gonna kick him in the knee, according to Cody.
Just so you know, he's going to be
Wait,
unavailable.
Cody,
for the rest of the
you
season.
said you didn't want to get us canceled. You're well on the way to getting us canceled.
You know what? It's worth it. Cancel me.
All
I
right.
don't give a shit.
I don't feel too nervous about Alvin Kamara. I also think if you're an Alvin Kamara owner, you're probably not super loaded at the position after some of these big RBs have gone down. So I don't think you're going to have much of a choice. I don't even get what this means.
It's Felix.
All right.
Half his stuff doesn't make sense, but when it does make sense, it's a great joke.
He does land some. Michael Thomas did not practice with a foot injury. Also a very concerning.
So I think
note.
you said that last week that it is not the same foot,
It's
right?
not.
But
Yeah.
still, foot injuries are always concerning, like big men in basketball. You use your feet a lot.
Thank you for
If
that.
you didn't know,
Insightful.
I know.
Curtis Samuel did not practice Wednesday due to illness. Just keep an eye on this. Could be back tomorrow full, or it could
It's
be
nice that
something
it's a
worse.
Wednesday. It's worse when these illnesses. It's worse when it's a Friday.
or
That's when you start.
Saturday.
Yeah, right.
Or Sunday even.
You imagine.
Very important message here. You guys weren't aware.
I actually didn't know that Jimmy Graham played basketball, so it's good to know. Thank you.
You didn't know that the 6'8" guy played basketball?
No, never heard it on a
Yeah.
show or oh my gosh, a game. Never heard it.
Never. Let's get started. Colts
right.
Broncos. Mario's taking
Thursday
too
night-
long. I'm hopping
I
in.
thought I saw a cat. Thursday night football, Colts versus Broncos. Brian, how have the Colts looked?
The Colts have looked bad.
We sound scripted. Is that it?
We do.
Ask me how the Broncos have looked.
How have the Broncos looked?
The Broncos have also looked bad.
Who
Is
will
Russell
be-
Wilson very good?
Russell Wilson has been pretty bad.
Yeah.
This just in. Everyone's bad in this game.
This game,
No.
this is a game that there shouldn't be so many bad people, but like you are bound to be disappointed by this game, unfortunately.
So let's do it this way once, because
Yeah.
to me, I think there's only 3 starts, but you guys might disagree, and I'm
All
curious.
right, hold on. Let me guess them. Is it
Okay.
Pittman,
Uh-huh.
Melvin Gordon,
Yeah.
and I have no idea. Judy?
Cortland Sutton.
Okay.
But do you guys feel like, I guess that would really leave Judy and Hines, and I think they're both sits for me, which I know sounds a little crazy, but Jonathan Taylor's been awful. Why would I think Naheem Hines is going to be good?
I
this
think-
offense is bad.
If you need a running back, I think Hines is a great option. But I also think, I don't even know who their third string running back is, but I do not expect Hines to get all the work.
Is it-
Deion Jackson
Yeah.
and Philip
Yeah.
Lindsay.
Yeah, Philip
so
Lindsay's on
like,
practice squad, yeah. Mhm.
like Mario, in our league where we have Ramondre Stevenson and a bunch of Pee Wee football players, I think Naheem Hines would be a great start for us.
I don't think he's out there.
I don't think he is either. But if
yeah,
we
'cause,
had
like,
him,
he's gonna catch passes in this game. I believe
Is he
Denver's
top 24 to you?
no,
I think he will be.
I don't think he's going to be top 24.
I don't-
I'm not
I
saying
don't
he's
think
like
he will
40,
either.
but
I just keep thinking like the Denver Broncos has a nice secondary. Brian hates when I talk about secondaries. Pat Surtain has looked great. I actually think Michael Pittman is a worry play this week, but it's hard to sit him.
you said a
stud.
worry play against the Broncos?
He's gonna see a lot of Surtain, and I don't know, man.
too cute. Cute.
You think that, but this Surtain looks good, dude. He's looking really good.
I need a too cute drop because I feel like I say it to you a lot.
So
I
I
need,
I
I
just
need
got-
that I need that on the soundboard.
I just got
I'll give you
surprised
that.
by a trade that I actually, so like I saw we had a trade that just got completed in our league. I went and looked and it was a trade I made.
You're like, oh, who's trading?
I was like, who's trading? I'm jealous I'm not involved with this. It was Tyler Algier for a second round pick.
Wow, the mighty fallen, man.
Yeah. We don't need to talk about it. We
I'm
don't need to
surprised
talk
you
about
even
it.
sold at that point.
We need to derail a little bit more here. Yeah, I know. 'Cause So
I'm surprised.
Brian-
Why?
Brian was offered.
I think
A
he's got huge regrets
haul.
already.
He does. He had him.
He was offered a
yesterday,
haul by
2 days
2
ago.
different people, not just
Two
offered a
different
haul.
people.
Not two
offered him
different
a
people,
haul.
just one.
He was offered for Tyler Algier. Was offered 2 seconds. What 2 players? Julio Jones.
No
and
fans and Julio Jones and 50 free agent bucks in a 200 free agent bucks league.
And the
Oh
naming
my
rights to his first
gosh.
child.
And
And he asked for more. 2
I-
seconds is
no,
is
I
already a haul for
texted Willie
Algier.
and Thomas and I said, hey guys, you're
Brian
the
tried to
rebuilding
start a
teams.
bidding
You
war.
guys have a bunch of picks. Can you guys beat this offer? And then the other offer was pulled. And then it just kept getting worse. And so now I sold him for a second. I think it was my second too that I sold him for.
So,
But
You
I
got
know
your
we're gonna
own
get to
pick
it
back.
later. I'm not a
so what
believer in
even-
him. We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Brian's a notorious, doesn't trade too often, but if he trades, it's because he won a ton, and he could have did it again.
But not
I could have. I
but
really.
he settled
I
for a
really-
probably losing value trade in terms of calculators.
I
would
disagree.
imagine.
I think it's gonna be a
But
top
well,
end
but I
second
think
rounder.
like a trade calculator. I'm saying.
Mario brought this up the other day about second rounders aren't going to mean anything in a dynasty.
they're all my
second
taxi
rounders
squad right now.
literally mean a ton every year. Joe Burrow went in the second round 2 years ago. If you look at a draft from
In
2
a super
years
flex,
ago,
It,
I don't think it was.
it.
I
But,
doubt it.
all
It's
right,
way
you
different.
need me
Joe
to
Burrow.
look up the 2021 dynasty mock draft. We're really gonna do this right now.
I am certain.
This year the second rounders were like Zamir White.
All right,
Tyler Algier.
here are the second rounders. So you had Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Kadarius Toney, Zach Wilson, Trey Sermon, Pat Freiermuth, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Amari Rodgers, Kenneth Gainwell, Nico Collins.
So
I think I heard one player.
Amon.
Are you guys kidding?
Yes.
You're not going to count Fields or Lance in a super flex?
Fields is the worst quarterback in the
Wilson?
NFL.
Are you starting
Or
any of those guys?
What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
like, are you starting any of those guys?
Amon-Ra's the one we gave you.
All right, hold on. Let me go back
to
to 2020 because that was the year that I looked at the other day.
Jeez.
This is supposed to be a great year this year. And these are all my second round picks are going to be real early. So here are the second rounders. T. Higgins.
Can I throw something
Joe
else?
Burrow, Brandon Ayuk, Tua, Antonio Gibson, AJ Dillon.
I highly doubt that either of these that you're saying are super flex because you've named off quarterbacks drafted in the first round.
Does it matter? Okay, so then
Does it
okay,
matter?
so if the
Yeah, it matters
quarterbacks go in the
massively.
first round, so then instead I get J.K. Dobbins, CeeDee Lamb, Cam Akers, Justin Jefferson, or Michael Pittman. Like you're just swapping out guys from the first round.
See,
Those are much better. I will
Yeah.
give you that.
I-
The last
that-
group you
that-
gave
that
us though,
draft's-
you can keep it pretty much. I mean,
Yeah.
Third rounders, Justin Herbert.
Brian, but like there's second rounders and then there's late second rounders where we're in a 14 team league. It's going to be pick 25.
I don't know what your
26,
point is
27?
because Tyler Algier is not good.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying, like, there's not much value if you're expecting to make moves this year.
someone would here's the general idea. Someone would throw in a second rounder as a sweetener to make a trade go through. They wouldn't chase a second rounder. I think that's maybe kind of where
Brian
I'm
just
at.
did.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Guys, Thomas just
Shit,
dropped
man,
Allen
second rounder?
Robinson.
Heck
How
yeah.
do you feel about that?
Yeah, he could have had to.
Allen Robinson was just dropped in a 14-team Superflex Dynasty League.
That's fine. I don't think
It's probably where he should stay.
That's
Yes.
crazy. I'm gonna try and pick.
Let's go back to this game.
Which game are we on?
Broncos tomorrow. We're on the Thursday night football game.
Okay.
So like I have my concerns about Michael Pittman, but I'd probably still start him. But just be if you have depth and you have somebody that has a better matchup, I would consider it. Judy is my guy for this game.
Okay.
Judy is my guy.
What's the reason?
I think
just feeling.
Well, I want to say that this game, Brian scares me a little bit because it probably is going to finish 20-23.
I don't
think
even
it's pretty
that.
high scoring.
I
then.
think it's gonna be
That's
like
pretty
17.
low.
I'm being
13,
sarcastic.
dude.
17-20. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that part scares me, but I think it's going to be close the whole time.
And you know what's gonna be
Broncos are gonna
stupid?
throwing.
The touchdowns are gonna be Mike Boone with 5 carries for 7 yards and a touchdown.
And
And
Mo
then
Alley Cox.
the touchdown's going to be Mo Alley Cox
Yep.
on a 8-yard reception, and that's going to be all he has.
Yeah, so like I like Mo Alley. I think he's a cool stash. I'm not going to just plug him into my lineup unless my tight end is the same thing that Rob put in his pants last night. But yeah, Judy has the slot receiver, like as he plays slot around 65% of the time, has the easiest matchup on tonight's game where across the way Sutton's going to be facing probably a lot of Gilmore.
It's
Brian says I
game.
look into this way too much, but I'm telling you, watch Judy tomorrow night.
You chase it more than I do too.
Yeah, I do.
Like Marshawn Lattimore did not do well this week.
Oh, against JJ. But I definitely said do not bench JJ. That
Well,
was
not
very
bench,
clear
but
out of
just-
my mouth. Yeah.
But just like when it's good receivers, I'm not even giving corners
But,
credit
like,
for me.
I told
But maybe
Brian, I
Michael
said
Pittman's
Denzel
out there,
Ward's
too.
going to lock down Drake London. Drake London had 7 targets, only 2 catches. It happens.
That's
So I
'cause
guess you're
Mariota's
right. Like,
bad.
sure. Is Matt Ryan good?
No.
So like, I don't know, but not, I think Hines is an interesting play, but I would probably go elsewhere. Like, I don't think, but you're probably slim at RB. So it would be fun to start him.
He's fine
Did you guys have any
streamer,
more
I'd
thoughts?
say.
I didn't mean to dominate that
Nope.
conversation. Just wanted to give you guys my opinion
I
on
think
it.
you nailed it.
Felix
Let's
knows
go.
what's up.
Cheeks, baby. Cheeks. Colts line is Cheeks.
Matt Ryan, it's surprising he's not dead.
Yeah, they've been struggling. Let's go over to London. Brian, what was the line that you had last time? Oi, mate. I can't even
Boy,
do it.
mates, you stupid. I don't know. I can't remember it. These
Are
are
they
2
playing this in
rushing
Sydney?
juggernauts squaring off, though.
Wait, where's this game being played? I'm a little confused.
Bing bong. I don't know. Mario says London.
It is.
I just sounded like they were playing it in Sydney. I was confused.
Yeah, I did. I hit that Australian hard.
Yeah.
Boy, mate. Yes, we got Packers and the Giants. Two big rushing teams.
Brian, keep going, 'cause I'm pulling up
Surprisingly,
the spreads.
what?
Nothing. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
Okay,
you.
cool. You just threw everything off. Way to go. Surprisingly to me, Saquon Barkley is the number 1 ranked running back for this week. I mean, maybe I shouldn't be surprised, but I'm still surprised.
Why?
He's getting just endless work.
He is a dog also. But
put
I
it
just
down.
still,
Brian's in now.
I've always been in. I drafted him in the 3rd round.
You were
Cody-
out 2 weeks ago.
He was out. He's out every game. He's out.
I have said this every single time. I am not out on Saquon. I am out on the Giants. But
when I said
Danny Dimes has been looking pretty good. The last 2
hurt.
weeks, he has looked good. Felix brings up a great point that Green Bay let both the Pats running backs eat. So Saquon, he might be like, nom, 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 nom.
I mean, it's a easy. That's the easiest point in this game, right? Like talking about what do you do for the passing game for Giants? Tony might. I think he was limited today, maybe out.
Kenny Galladay's not
Rondell.
even making the trip.
Yeah, Kenny Galladay hurt himself, so it's got to come down to
Hurt himself.
You know, I still am going to make a plug for a guy I plugged 2 weeks ago, and it's just because this receiver core is a mess. And it's it's gross. It's really gross, and it's just in tight situations. But Richie James, I think that's his name. I can't remember his name. I talked about 2 weeks ago.
It is. He sucked last week.
He did suck last week. I still don't think he's the worst person to be considering in a tight spot. I really don't.
Dude, this receiving court is like
It's Greg
literally
Dolch kind of situation.
like you can talk about the Packers or whatever other team you want, but like this is the worst receiving core in the league. And it's crazy that Daniel Jones looks any type of decent with what is out there right now.
He threw for 75 yards or something last week.
Yeah, I'm not talking necessarily about his passes look pretty crisp, I think, and he's making good decisions on when to run.
Yeah.
He just hasn't looked too terrible, and they're winning games too, which is crazy.
Fantasy wise, I think he put up about 22, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's running a lot.
I don't hate the Richie James talk. I don't know if you like. Here's the thing: look elsewhere, right?
Yes,
like I'm not starting
agreed.
any of these receivers. There's like very deep leagues that I would be like Bellinger, possible. He had 3 receptions. He had 2 right on like the first drive. Maybe it was like the first 6 minutes.
Yeah.
And then, but
It's rookie tight end is just so hard. And I think he's going to be good. It's just so
he
hard.
led the team.
Yeah.
Hold on, is he going to be good or is he going to be Dalton Schultz good?
He's going to be Dalton Schultz.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
100%.
Yeah.
It actually might be
so
Dalton Schultz.
frustrating.
Dalton
man.
Schultz might have been like, shoot, I'm about to turn 30. I better reincarnate.
Packers side. We talked about this a little bit last night. I always have to stop on his Dobbs and Lazard. Both have looked really good.
You got Watson too.
Watson,
I don't like Watson as much either, but reporters were asking Rodgers about Dobbs and Watson and said, "Oh, is there emergence? Does that make you want to play longer?" And he's like, "Oh, it's definitely having an effect on how happy I am," or some stupid.
The biggest lie ever spoke.
Yeah, right.
he's never happy.
He is.
No, and I guarantee watching Christian Watson play isn't making him happy.
Well, and in this last week's game, Dobbs had a drop and a fumble, a costly touchdown drop.
Yep.
Fumble lost, but also had a touchdown. So like he could have had 2. Lazard looked amazing. I mean, in a lot of leagues, you see these guys on benches, but like we're going against the Giants. Is it smart to maybe just keep them on the bench this week because you're expecting the Packers to just run away with this, or is this going to be a close game?
I don't think you can expect the Packers to necessarily run away in any game anymore. I think they're going to win plenty of games, but I just don't see blowouts.
I agree. They were struggling mightily against the Patriots until like third quarter, fourth quarter. Like it was really a game, and that's with Bailey Zapp throwing for 75 yards or something for the entire game.
Pretty much Mac Jones.
Yeah, right.
He's pretty much Brian Hoyer. He's pretty much Tom Brady.
Yeah,
Wait,
right. But yeah, like Felix said, both the Patriots running backs ate against the Packers. So with the Packers running backs, I mean, Aaron Jones has looked fantastic. And honestly, like those who drafted Dylan to be Aaron Jones light have been sadly disappointed. Me being probably the biggest one. I mean, Dylan has been good.
Fine.
He's doing fine. He's not getting touchdowns. And that's what's killing him.
He's been, I think, 5, 7, and 9 or 7, 5, and 9 the last 3 weeks. He's been unplayable.
27, 6, 9.4. He's still getting, 16 plus touches a game.
He had more snaps last week.
Yeah. And
he's been playable 1 week, though.
His yards per carry is fine.
I'm in scared territory.
Everything's good. I'm not scared.
No, his yards per carry is not. No, he hasn't been good. I actually would disagree.
He's averaging about 4 yards per carry.
3.7. That's extremely bad for an NFL
that's a little
back.
bit lower than I expected. But
1 touchdown.
I mean, it's only because of his game against Tampa Bay, who has a tough line. He just needs a touchdown. He needs touchdowns.
Yeah, but he's never necessarily been like a massive touchdown guy. Like he had 5 last year.
He was their goal line carrier last year.
No, Aaron Jones gets the touchdowns. He always has, and he still does.
Just gets the touchdown.
I think AJ Dillon had 8 last year.
Maybe some receiving. He had 5 rushing. He might add some receiving. I don't know. He had 5 rushing.
More than that.
Here's the deal, and this isn't not directed at you guys. This is authentic because, like, I was
directed at.
It was 5.
Well, only because you guys have liked AJ Dillon a lot. I'm not sure he's that good.
I did. I am sure he's that good.
Now.
You remember when people said this about Derrick Henry?
And that could be the case. I want it to be the case. Like I want AJ Dillon like this. I don't hate AJ Dillon. He's just not playing good football, and I don't know that he ever has been that great necessarily, even in the role he has.
Cody, I'd like to start with you're wrong. And secondly, how dare you?
That I'm right.
He averaged 4.3 yards per carry last year.
That's not good. That's below average. 4.4 is league average, I think.
Really?
I think so.
I don't know about that.
I don't believe Cody.
I don't believe Cody either.
I'd like to see Cody run for 4.3 yards per carry.
I could run for 3.7. I can tell you that much.
I don't believe you could.
All right.
So over the last 2 years, I mean, 4.3 and 3.7. Like it's just, he might be the Derrick Henry. He obviously fits that physical mold, but like I don't think he's really producing. He's just not.
I think you should bite your tongue and we should move on.
He's gonna have a huge
Dillon
game.
Was 23 in yards per carry, tied with Derrick Henry.
That's below average.
Is it? Because there's
15 is average.
50 running backs with over.
Well, I'm talking. Okay, I guess I was talking like for a starting caliber running back, which I suppose AJ Dillon isn't necessarily.
What?
I can't win in this one.
So, well, I was just adding stats and context to it. Is AJ Dillon a start for you against the Giants?
No, I don't think you can. He's been unstartable 3 weeks in a row.
I'm starting him.
He's got to show something more. And
it's more because I have to, though. I had him benched. I've had him benched, but I have to start him in one league that I've lost Tua and I've lost a couple other guys.
Yeah, he has to start him over Tua.
And he's probably a guy. I'll say this, guys. He's probably a guy that has a decent shot at 20. Like
I'm starting him over. A
touchdown and a couple catches. Exactly. So like, he's a guy who can have upside. Still.
I'm starting him over Ayuk. I'm starting him over Josh Palmer. I'm starting him over.
Agreed.
Jacoby Myers.
Agreed.
Yeah, these are easy.
That's all I got on this team.
I
got a new second round pick though.
He's not a top 24 running back to me at the moment, but he's not glaringly outside of it either. I mean, he's an RB3 to me.
I mean, I don't want to say as soon as, but Aaron Jones is going to miss some games. Like, also, there's no getting around it. He's going to miss.
He's good for a couple. You're right.
He is.
So, and then Lazard and Dobbs, you guys starting them because we didn't really get they're going against the Giants.
Lazard
I'm starting
combo.
Lazard. Yeah.
Flex area though.
Lazard.
I plugged him in a couple lineups today.
Dobbs, I'm not feeling comfortable with because I feel like with him and Watson, it's kind of a toss up between those two.
Watson has not been getting targets like Dobbs has. Like I feel much more confident about Dobbs, but I think Lazard is the reason that I would be a little bit nervous about Dobbs weekly.
Lazard has the valuable targets.
Yes, and both.
So
right?
I just don't think Lazard is like that good.
I agree with that.
Dude, you guys.
but good, but right role. But
He's
right
Mike
spot.
Evans. He's
so
a poor
good.
man's Mike Evans.
You go watch the highlights from last game because
I watched
he
like
made
4
Lazard
this week.
I just think he's a very
he had a diving catch that was incredibly athletic.
okay.
I just think you're talking down to my guy, and I don't appreciate it.
I just traded him to you, so I mean,
Yeah, this is why you're starting to talk down. There it is. All right, I'm done. Colts were. I'm going back to the Colts because I forgot to mention this. Colts are -3.5 favorites. Is that right?
Seems weird to me.
that does seem weird. Man, what an ugly game. Just makes me want to
That
stay
feels like
away
a
that
bet you
much
guys should
more.
make. That feels like a bet people should make if that's the case. No
Why?
Jonathan Taylor. No. The other side of it. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, like bet on the
I
Broncos.
mean, but the Broncos have been like these two teams.
Plus 3.5. The Colts are
Okay.
+3.5 favorites. Who do you take in that game?
plus 3.5 not favorite, you mean?
Not favorites.
I
Yeah, I
take
would
the
take the
Colts
Broncos
with
with
the
no
with the
Taylor.
line. I think this is
3.5
going to be an
get you there?
ugly game, and I don't
think
know
it's ugly
who's
too,
going to
but-
win.
So you take the 3.5. You take
I
Colts
take the
3.5.
points. Yeah.
Cody,
Feels
you
like
too?
No. I'd take the Broncos. No Jonathan Taylor.
-3.5.
I mean, this Colts team is bad with no Jonathan Taylor.
Giants are given 7.5. Who you taking in that game? This is one of the bigger
7.5.
Yeah, so it's Green Bay -7.5.
Well, then I take Green
I hate-
Bay.
I
feel like
actually have a
that's
weirdly.
easy.
I think I agree. I hate a 7.5. I wish. Isn't 7.5? Just
Actually,
a rough
I think
one?
I'd take Giants here. It's a
You're
lot of points.
crazy.
It's a lot of points. You think they're going to win by that much? You just talked about how the Pats kept up with them.
I'm taking the points. You said the Packers were getting 7.5.
No, I didn't. I never
You said
that.
the Giants were giving 7.5.
Packers -7.5 is exactly. what I
Cody,
said.
go back.
You want me to go back?
Yeah,
You think-
rewind.
I barely know how to get logged on here, and you think I can rewind?
Okay,
this?
if the Giants are getting 7.5, I'm taking whoever's getting the 7.5.
I assume it's
Giants.
Giants -7.5. I would.
That's what I thought
Yes.
too. That's why I questioned Mario 3 times,
No.
and he kept saying,
Why would you assume it's Giants -7.5? Why would either of you assume that? That's what you
because
just
they
said.
have a better
Cody.
record. I don't know. Aren't they both 3-1?
Sorry,
Actually,
I said that backwards. That's yeah. I assumed it was Packers
This is getting
-7.5.
messy.
Wait, now you've got me confused. Yeah, Packers -7.5 is what I assumed it was.
By the way, the
Yeah.
Broncos haven't scored over
Thank you.
23 this year. That's why I take the Colts with the points.
Okay, and you're taking the Giants with their points.
Yeah.
Same. Cody?
Probably. I hate the 7.5.
Probably. What an
I hate that
answer.
line.
I
hate
know.
the
Cody's
7.5.
such a wishy-washy bitch.
Yeah, pick a side,
What
Cody.
even just happened? What? I need people to come defend me again. Everybody says how mean you guys were, and all I said was
When?
probably. And you guys just
Lions,
lit me up.
Patriots.
You were texting me while I was on vacation about Matt Ryan and bullying me.
The Lions are all banged up. Is Amon Ra playing this week, Mario?
I'm worried. Need to
I'm
see
worried too.
more.
Swift's out till week 7. Lions are banged up like Zach Wilson's mom's friends.
Do you know what
So
that
are
means?
you hyped for Hawk? Is he putting up 40 again? Mario, play the song. Hold
No.
on. I'll play it.
But it'll be good.
Hold on. 1 second. Stand by.
The Giants. I mean, wait. I'm
The Lions.
We're on
No,
the
man.
we're on the Lions, dude.
the Lions. You're starting TJ Hawkinson.
Yep.
They locked down Tunyon last week, but man, dude's elite. Dude is elite. I don't want to start any of these Lions wide receivers if it's not Amon Ra. But
But Reynolds did pretty well last week.
it was just I get it. I'm gonna sound like a cherry picker. He was 3 for 33 before 6 minutes left. 3 for 33 in the touchdown before 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
I'm curious, what did you do with 11 seconds left in the game? Because I know what Cooper Kupp did.
So like Reynolds' stat line was a lot better than what he did all game. It doesn't matter for fantasy. He got you a great fantasy game. So I am avoiding him, but I can understand if you want to flex him and you're desperate. I think it's a desperate play. Jamal Williams is definitely a plug, right, boys?
Oh yeah.
Like the Pats just got ran over by A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones, and this is Jamal Eaton time.
They got ran over by one of them, but yeah.
I knew that was coming. Knew it was coming from a mile away.
Patriots receivers, you guys flexing any of those?
No.
To me, Jacoby's the only one, even if he is healthy, that is like
Yeah, he's just coming.
it's
He's
mildly tempting.
projected to play.
But he's probably a wide receiver 4. You know, it's if you're short on the flex rather than.
He was having a really good year up until that stupid, what I think is hamstring.
I don't own any of these receivers, but this would be the game if you're owning them, this is the game you play them. Detroit Lions giving up the most points in the league right now, like 35.
48 to the Seahawks. I mean, that's
it's true.
Yeah, the Lions actually are like the worst defense in the league. Them and the Seahawks.
Like Devontae Parker's a start for me if I had him.
You have to consider QB play though.
Yeah.
He got a touchdown with Zappy.
You don't think they're just going to run the ball? You don't think both teams are just going to run the ball the whole game?
I don't.
They actually might.
Patriots
might be a
can
handshake before the game, and they say let's just not pass.
All right, fourth quarter, we all start
I
passing.
think we're underestimating how good Lions offense been because I think their offense is number one in scoring. And
No, it's been great. They're just missing all the pieces that made it really good.
Jared Goff is the MVP.
They put up freaking 40 with these out pieces.
You're right.
So I don't know how the Patriots can just run here. Is I guess what I'm wondering.
So for you, it is. Who'd you say your start was for the Patriots?
I would like Devontae Parker and Jacoby Myers. Yeah.
I don't think
Mac had a limited practice today, so he might be back.
Yeah. No chance.
Oh,
I just don't buy that he's back. But I mean, if he is, good for him, I guess. I'm still not going to play him or any of the receivers.
It would be very Bill Belichick to jot him down for a limited practice, and what he did was run the boombox. That would be very Bill Belichick.
Ramondre and Damian Harris. This is going to be messy, the typical Patriots way. Are you plugging both in?
Yes.
I think Damian Harris is for sure in your lineup, but Ramondre
I'm playing both. That's the
Ramondre's
Lions.
been good. It is the Lions. Yep.
Playing both.
Let me ask you, because I have a league. This is a good situation. I've got a league where it's dynasty, and Mario, you and I have talked about this. I kind of actively punted running back, and I'm just piecing it together. So I chased, and so what I have at running back that I'm piecing together each week is guys I was able to buy cheap. I have Josh Jacobs, James Conner, and Damian Harris.
I go Damian Harris.
You starting Damian Harris?
Conner.
Okay.
I like what you did there because I think this helps when we're talking about these guys. I like the comparisons. I start Damian Harris over James Conner.
You know what's interesting is that ECR has Ramondre ranked 3 spots higher than Damian Harris.
That surprises me.
That is surprising. I said on last night's show, this is coming from our resident Patriots fan. If they keep losing, own both of these running backs if you can. Because there's a good chance that Damian Harris gets traded.
Yeah.
He's on a contract year.
Bill does not re-sign.
They do not re-sign. So why would they keep him? There would be absolutely no reason to keep him. So think about situations that may pan out. Other injuries. Denver's rushing the running backs in Denver looking terrible. Need a running back.
AJ Dillon's not performing.
that wouldn't happen. I don't think he's too good. Dude, people say we're mean to you, Cody.
I'm just messing with you. I mean, but I don't think so.
There's Cody stands out there. There's Mudcat.
It's okay.
They call themselves the Mud Pussies.
Chargers versus Browns. Brian has on here, Browns are gonna get clapped, except they're the Chargers. So I don't really know where you stand, Brian.
So if you have followed Chargers football like I have the last couple of years, you would know that the Chargers have a proficiency for just like blowing close games constantly, like all the time. So like at first I wrote that the Browns are going to get slapped, but then I remembered that they're the Chargers. And so who knows what's going to happen.
They're a classic. I feel like they do play down a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Is this they play Mike Williams blow up game?
You know what? That's the Browns thing too. Like, this is what makes this interesting. The Browns are a play down team. Like, they'll hang with good teams and then they lose to the Jets and the.
So last year, this is the game that Mike Williams had 41 points.
Yeah, I was actually pulling the stat line right now.
Yeah, the Browns have a very big tendency of just, like, I swear to God, we're the only team in the league that just like forgets to cover somebody like 1 or 2 plays a game, and they get like a free 60-yard touchdown.
Brian, where would you rank Mike Williams this week in PPR?
14.
And that's assuming no Keenan, right?
Yes.
I think that's
but
right.
I think Keenan's supposed to play, but
I mean, he missed practice today.
The hard part.
Yeah.
I honestly think
hamstring.
Brian, how much lower do you go if Keenan's out? Because I do think there's an opportunity here. If
honestly, I don't think I go that much lower. Even
you mean
no, you probably can't.
Yeah.
He was 8 for 165.
I'm big trust in Mike Williams this week.
Heck, I mean, I agreed with you at 14. He might be a wide receiver 1 this week, guys.
Oh, for sure.
8 for 165, 2 TDs. His long was a 72 on blown.
Oh, coverage. What? That's crazy.
Like, if Keenan Allen is out, I still feel the same way. This might be a Mike Williams week.
I'm literally starting all Chargers I have. Like, not Josh Palmer. But if Keenan Allen's out, I'm trusting him.
I thought you said you were running Palmer back again.
Brian, no, that was last
Keenan's
week,
out,
right?
Oh, okay.
Last week was his first bad week. Like, let's be real, guys. I said turn it off.
It didn't come through.
It's too early.
You're not, so you're still in.
I'm still in on
it was his first bad week of the year, Mario.
That Keenan's been out. He had 13 and 15 the weeks that Keenan was out. So I'm trusting him.
Come on. You saw the same game I saw. He caught it was with
No. It was in the first half. He had a 25-yard catch, and that was all he did.
Not that
week
game,
2.
The game before that he had
week 2.
15 or week 2. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. When he caught
11 seconds left, he gets a TD.
I saw that. Yeah. But so what? Points are points.
Jeez Louise. All right.
The Browns defense is this bad, in my opinion.
Brian is starting all the Chargers. If we flip over to the Brown side, Cooper, Hunt, Chubb, all got to be in your lineup, I think.
Yeah.
Hunt is the flex option.
Cooper's going to be so annoying, guys. And I was the high guy.
Hunt's been a little bit annoying.
He has.
Yes. And Njoku's also going to be annoying.
Yep. Honestly, that's a great point. Everybody Chubb on this offense, like 20 won't shock me, 2 won't shock me.
But like
two's a little dramatic.
I think you're still playing all 4 of them. Like week in, week out.
Hunt is the only one that I feel strongly about that I would be like, I don't know if he's in my starting lineup anymore.
You wouldn't flex
Cooper's put up 2 1-catch games, and so he gives me a little pause. Like 1-catch games, I'm like, come on, dude.
It's the Browns, man.
I guess here's the thing. Like if Hunt is my RB2, I play him. But if he's my flex, and this is the same for AJ Dillon, they're not making my flex. But if they have to be my RB2, they have to be my RB2.
Yeah.
Hunt, listen to how close this is, Cody. You're going to love this. Hunt, 23, 9.4, 9.1, 8.8. It's just like AJ Dillon.
Oh, AJ Dillon. Okay. Yeah.
And then his rushing yards, he hasn't ran. He's gotten 11, 13, 12, 10 attempts. Hasn't ran for
he gets less work. Like AJ Dillon has the more consistent work for sure.
His is pretty consistent.
More consistent.
Less though.
I feel like AJ Dillon has a very defined role, and Kareem Hunt's is like
Kareem Hunt's has been defined this year though, but it's just it's little. Like
it feels like when you're watching the game though, it feels random.
It does. It feels thrown in.
But 10 to 13 carries in weeks 1 through 4 it sounds pretty consistent. And then targets 4, 2, 4, 3. So like he's getting the same around 15-ish opportunities. Yeah. So like if I can flex a wide receiver or different, it would be I would flex a wide receiver over Kareem Hunt and AJ Dillon. But if they're my RB2, they're my RB2. Same for you boys.
Yeah, in a perfect world, I think they're both probably between RB 24 and 30 for me at the moment.
So earlier when I said that I was starting AJ Dillon over Jacoby Myers.
Are you gonna let Cody finish or no?
Sorry, I thought I just kind of jump in. He
was like, stop. Cody's talking right now, but let me just go on with my thought. Disregard.
Did you change your mind? Are you starting AJ Dillon over Jacoby Myers now?
Well, I was in the first place, but what I wanted to say is that I'm actually starting both of them.
Ooh.
Because I have to.
Well, Jacoby Myers might be fine this week.
I mean, I hope that you have like
I'm playing Thomas too, so
I hope that you have like Justin Jefferson and not Cooper Kupp because he's going to be injured, but someone else really good, or you're in big trouble. I think.
here's who I have.
Give us
Saquon.
the lines.
Saw Saquon. Okay.
Khalil Herbert, Deontay Johnson, Michael Pittman. Not a very good team.
No. Nope. Sure not.
I wanted to bounce back to the Patriots Lions because Brian brought us there. Lions are giving they're given 2.5 points, so they're plus 2.5. Patriots are minus 2.5. Who you got?
Lions.
Lions
should be favored.
I think
Patriots
I pick Lions
are not
as
good.
well. Yeah. Then we got. Did you guys have any other notes on Chargers versus Browns before I say the odds there?
Nope. I take Chargers.
Chargers are minus 3.5. Browns.
God, I take the Chargers. I figured that'd be 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Chargers as well.
3.5.
I told you the Chargers gonna Charger, man.
Oh gosh.
The Chargers are like
I think
the anti-Vegas betting team. Like I just don't think you want to bet on the Chargers ever, but I'm still gonna take them.
I agree. Texans versus Jaguars, Brian.
What?
Do you have a note in here?
Oh yeah,
I agree with your note, by the way.
all aboard the Dame train. That's because Mario is he can't speak it because he's been so against Dameon Pierce. And actually, I recall back in the summer when we were having an episode, and I brought up Dameon Pierce because he was getting a lot of hype on Reddit, and Cody was like, "Dameon Pierce, Marlon Mack, I don't want to talk about any of these guys because they're nothing to me, and they'll never be."
Right about Marlon.
Well, yeah, but that was, I mean, people saw that coming. That's why they were all hyped on Dameon Pierce.
Was this the episode that Cody was like real grumpy?
Yes, but he's always
doesn't sound
grumpy,
like
so.
me. I'm the only guy here smiling. It doesn't sound like me.
Cody was very, very, very anti Dameon Pierce.
I will eat that, but I don't know that it's true. But I'll just eat it. That's fine.
Oh, it is 100%.
I don't
true.
remember that, but
Cody, I am like spitting this whole episode out at you. I was in my
Here's
mom's
what
basement.
if I said that, here's what I'm guessing it was, and this is authentic. I mean this. I'm guessing I said I don't want any Texans running back because the offense sucks. That sounds like something I would say.
I think he was like, there was one episode, and I don't know if it was the same one. We would ask him this person or this person, and he would be like, well, it wouldn't even matter because I'm not picking either of them.
Yeah, because that sounds like me. That sounds like
White.
Yeah,
See, I'll go with Dameon Pierce, Rashad White, Marlon Mack, a couple
Just
other
be clear,
guys.
I feel the same about Rashad White as I did then. I'm not buying it. Oh,
30% snap share.
wow.
30% snap share this week.
Cody says
Dameon
that.
Pierce has been really good.
This is why Cody will never win a league.
Lenny had -3 rushing yards last week.
And
We're gonna
18
stick with
fantasy
him?
points.
He was a receiver out there. We're gonna stick with
That's
Lenny
fabulous. That's
for
the
fantasy.
greatest thing you've
For
ever
fantasy.
told
For
me.
fantasy. For fantasy.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about the Tampa.
We're talking about
Bay
fantasy
the
football.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, they're not very good, so they're throwing to Lenny a lot.
Rashad White might be sneaky.
Dameon Pierce has been
stash.
really good.
Okay, we're back to this game. Okay, great.
Yeah, we should.
Oh, did Brian get mad because we weren't talking about Dameon Pierce?
No,
Yes,
shaking my
Dameon Pierce
head.
has been good. I shipped him off week 1 like an idiot. He's been great.
Who did you trade him for again, Mario?
He's no longer on my team. So
Who did you
no
trade him
need
for?
to say. No need to say it.
I actually don't know who it was. Who was it?
I don't remember.
Interesting. Yes, Willie, the jersey is autographed. So this is a divisional game, which nobody ever listens to me about, but divisional games always get weird. Maybe
How
some
weird?
people listen to me. They get weird. Anything can happen. It's going to be a hard-fought game. But I'm still, like, whatever the Jaguars line is, I'm taking the Jaguars in this game. They're looking to bounce back. They've actually been the 4th most efficient team in ranks of offense and defense. Christian Kirk disappointed last week. Everybody kind of disappointed last week.
Minus
I think-
7.5.
I'm still taking the Jaguars
That's a
here.
big one for.
That is a big one.
I
They've
like
been
that
good.
one. I like that one. I'm taking the Jaguars there as well.
The Jags have
I'll
been
take
good,
Houston.
Cody.
I'll take
They
Houston.
have.
7.5's a big one.
So I'm hoping Christian Kirk, wide receiver 6, as Mario says, gets back into it. Yeah, Willie, our commenter, the Jags did run
And they were
into a
up.
legit team this week.
And the Jags
For like the first half.
for a pretty long time. And it was freaking hurricane last week for them.
The Eagles are good though, and they only lost by 8. But yeah, Christian Kirk wasn't great. Really,
it was hard. It was hard to throw in that game.
Very great.
Philly was pouring.
Robinson was bad. ETN was bad. Everybody was bad. I don't even know who scored the points.
I thought this was going to be an ETN week, that they would dump it off to him. He would just he would do his damage on receptions, and this defense is just too good.
Yeah, so Jamal Agnew had both of their touchdowns last week. I don't think anybody is rushing out to grab Jamal Agnew.
What do you do with Zay Jones if he plays?
He hasn't been that good. He's just getting a ton of targets.
I feel the same way. Is that he's like, I feel like he's wide receiver 40 something, but like super hyped about it.
I've been seeing that too, and like I even put a claim in him. We didn't get him, and I'm kind of happy about it. It's been 9 for 11 targets, but he's been 12.5, 5.3, and the last week he played was 24.5. So he went 10 for 85 and a TD against the Chargers.
I actually considered picking him up in one of my leagues where I'm just like,
he should be rostered,
I have like 5 injuries or something crazy. Yeah, but Zay Jones just has that stink on him.
He does. He's got a little bit of that Corey Davis.
Corey Davis has kind of broke out of that stink. He's kind of legit with the Jets.
I think we should hit real quick on Brandon Cooks. I mean, he had a really rough start to the year. We talked about this a little bit. Like Brandon Cooks hasn't really been playable, but he had a really nice week. I mean, should people still be in on Brandon Cooks?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. As a top 24, is he a flex?
I think he's a top 24. I think he's right on the edge of the bottom.
I agree.
24.
He's probably like right into flex for me, like 24 to 26 is probably the
He's right around there. Like if you have him, you're probably playing him.
It's just been a little rough, but I think I'm with you.
It has been.
Yeah, it's been odd. 12 targets week 1, 10 targets week 2, 7.
Yeah, targets been good. Honestly, Nico's getting, I think, more work than really overall expected.
It has switched a little bit, and it's almost like the philosophy in Houston has changed a little bit, and that's what we saw with Dame. Like they were like, yeah, let's tout out Rex Burkhead out here.
Yeah, that was weird.
And then they were like, we got to get Dame involved, and then they unleashed a beast, I guess.
Now they give him 20 carries a game.
Plus 8 receptions.
Yes, right.
For 6 yards or something.
Well, let me see what it was. 6 for 8. Yep.
There's if you have snagged some guys off the waivers, like there might be like the big, like you grab some, like Curtis Samuel, I'll start over Brandon Cooks. But other people, like I think you have to at least have them in your flex this week.
I think I agree.
Jaguars defense is good though.
They are.
They have a good defense. Mm-hmm. But the game script should be Houston down almost all of this game.
Yep.
So it'd be surprised to see that.
I mean, that's going to be all season though. Like Texans are bottom 3 team.
Yeah, man, they've been bad for so long, but at least they have a ton of Browns picks to get better.
True.
They at least have set up some way. Like I think of other teams that are like bad, like Chicago. Like where are we going from here?
Chicago, Jets, and Seahawks are probably the worst 3, or not Jets, sorry. Chicago, whoever
Seahawks
we're talking about. Yeah. All right. You guys ready to bounce to Bucks and Falcons?
Yep. Let's hit Falcons first because we talked it a little bit.
Did we?
I thought we talked about Kyle Pitts some, but maybe not.
We did talk about the Falcons a little bit. I guess we did talk about Kyle Pitts. Been super disappointing. You're clearly still going to be starting him. Just because there's no other options. Tom Brady has a rotator cuff injury. How you guys feeling about it?
I don't think it's super serious. Do you, Cody?
This offense? No, I don't. But I'll tell you, this offense just isn't the same.
They are not.
I don't know that you're necessarily chasing this offense anymore. You know, like last year we were chasing whoever the wide receiver 3 was at times. Ain't no way I'm chasing the wide receiver 3 in this offense now.
Yeah,
I don't even
feel good about Godwin and
right. Mike Evans is pretty much all I want in this passing game.
Yeah. And they had 6 rushes last week. The Buccaneers their offense has just not looked good.
It's not clicking at all. It's not clicking at all.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I got the DFS play of Tom Brady, Godwin, and Evans this week.
All 3 of them?
Yes.
What is wrong with you?
It's the stack, boys. This is the week. It's the Falcons. The Falcons have been in every game they played, and they've also allowed a ton of points. This is the week for the Brady, Godwin, and Evans.
This sounds weird, but I kind of miss the Bucs being good. They're a fun team to be good. I hope it happens.
Gross, Cody. They need AB.
You don't
back.
think so?
They need AB back. They need BDAB.
Did you guys see?
I don't see it. They're averaging like
that he posted, that he tweeted out.
No, I didn't. But the Bucs are averaging like under 20 a week. Like they just look bad.
The offense has not looked good at all. I agree with that.
I mean, I'm playing Godwin. I'm playing Evans. I guess I'm playing Fournette, but increasingly,
that's about it to me.
Yeah, that's literally it. I'm definitely not playing Brady.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just stay here for a moment because I think we haven't really talked about it outside of me complaining about his play and Rachaad White getting more snaps than we have seen. To me, I'm all about Tom Brady, Godwin, Evans this game. Lenny goes against this Atlanta defense.
I think
their
it'll be
defensive
good.
line has been pretty solid. I'm not in on Lenny. Lenny's been bad. You boys are still in on somebody who's been really bad, and we were talking about a 4.3 yards per carry being average. Look at Lenny's.
Yeah, it's the same as AJ Dillon.
It's 4.3?
3.7. That's what AJ Dillon's is.
Shut up.
Mario said it.
I thought it was worse, but I mean, that's not good.
No, it's not good. It's not good.
Both of you shut up.
Lenny's the RB16 though. Like, what are you worried about? I don't really understand where this is going.
He's getting all the work. Even if it's 70% of the snaps, like I'm cool with it. Especially against the Falcons. Mario's trying to hype up Rachaad White, but this is
week.
This is not the game to hype up Rachaad White.
He's using a game where he had 18 points to tell me he's not in on Lenny.
I'm not in on Lenny. He's been bad
because of his 18-point week, or what is it?
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
He hasn't been running well, boys, and it's been getting worse and worse.
Oh, so he's Najee, who you're all
and you guys are talking about how good he was when there was literally no wide receivers on this team for 3 weeks. Yes, last week he caught a lot of balls where their receivers were back.
I mean, it would help Lenny a ton if this offense was better. So I don't really think that's a good argument.
All right. Where do you think Lenny falls? Top 12?
Yes.
For the rest of the season, you mean? Or like
this
from
week
here?
We're talking
this
about,
week?
I was just talking about this week. Yep.
I think he's right around 12th. Like,
okay,
so he's I don't think there's a debate of like, wow, what are you doing with Lenny? Like, that's where it felt like you were going. Like, you're not starting Lenny if you own him. I don't understand.
No, I think it's going to be a bad week.
So would you bench him?
You probably don't have a
Falcons.
Yes, the Falcons' defensive line has looked fine.
And so has Lenny.
Who have the Falcons played?
Look, outside of his first game, Cody, it's 2.7, 2.9, minus 1.0. That's his yards per carry. Okay. His first game, he saved this 3.7.
Yeah, I'm just not panicked, I guess. I wish the offense was better because I really do think it would help Lenny, but I'm just not.
This is not some sort of, I feel like you guys are both looking at me like this is a Rachaad White sort of agenda. It's not. It's more just concern about Lenny this year. Like James Conner, we just all agreed looked bad too. He did fine in fantasy.
I'm really confused about where you got the Falcons D line is any good. Because like looking through all the past games, every running back has had success against them.
Who?
Like everyone. Rashad Penny.
About
Chubb.
Rashad Penny had 60 yards against him.
Darrell Henderson had 4.7 yards a carry against him.
How many yards?
Kamara 4.3. Mark Ingram had 5.5 yards per carry. Like what is so great about this defense?
Think of the game script, Brian. Like none of these guys did well in fantasy because they all these teams had to throw because Atlanta stays in the game. Outside of Chubb. What did those guys do for fantasy? 6, 5, 6.5, right? Am I wrong?
Yes.
I have no idea.
I am wrong.
Like 118 yards.
I said everybody but Chubb. Chubb is another.
Well, they're also all terrible running teams that are still putting up numbers against them.
Rashad Penny just put up 130. He's not a terrible running team.
And he had 66 yards on the ground on 14 carries.
There's the game script's not going to let Lenny freaking run. But to your guys' points, who could be heavily involved in the pass game again. And
can't wait till we come back next week to talk about this one.
He'll be outside the top 12.
Okay.
I just think you're starting him either way. I don't really.
Yeah, that's probably true. But like, what do we, if we're not debating about these players, then what are we doing here?
Well, I feel like the debate is, are you playing him this week? And if we all agree, then what are we debating?
But I don't want to just talk about like yes, no.
Well, then why don't we talk about the Falcons' backfield?
Well, that's a mess. Who knows what's going to happen there?
I think they're both bad. And you shouldn't pick up either of them.
I picked up Caleb Huntley because he was the cheaper option. He was a cheaper option. He destroyed the Browns on that one drive.
They both
gave him like 10 carries that one drive.
Just look slow.
Yeah,
I don't think either of them look good.
but like Arthur Smith has a very strange like. There was a quote of him saying, "We're going to run the shit out of the ball," and that's what they did. And that's where Caleb Huntley,
not against
Tyler
the Bucks.
No, this is last week.
Yeah, but I'm saying when they play the Bucks, they ain't running the ball.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. Like, I don't want to start these guys. I just want to see which one. If
how it falls, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Also, if you're in a
it's
deeper
the Bucks.
if
Like
you're
it's
in
the
a
number one
deeper
defense.
league
I
and
don't know
you're
if it
like,
still is, but it's been the number one defense.
if you're in a deeper league and you're desperate for a quarterback, I think Ritter might be a decent pickup just because I think he starts soon. That I don't mean like I'm saying like 16 teams.
okay,
Or
Superflex.
Dynasty. Like if he's not available in Dynasty, but I'm just saying like I'm trying to make this into a point of I think he's going to be starting soon. Is all I'm trying to say.
There are 2 QB leagues. I'm in one.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe I should go stash him because my starters are Kirk Cousins and Danny Dimes.
Because like Marcus Mariota is not like he's not doing terrible, but he's not doing very good either.
Yeah, I know. Like
He looks like Marcus Mariota, and that's the
yeah.
They're 2-2 though. Like it's going to be tough
the
for
team
him to
has
get back.
somewhat overperformed. Weirdly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we saw them lose last week, we would be closer to Marcus.
And who would have thought this team would overperform with Mariota not playing very well and Kyle Pitts doing nothing? Yeah.
And the 2 backup running backs.
Honestly, it's been Cordero Patterson keeping him in games.
His back hurts.
I'm sure it does. I mean, he's been doing this is like going into year 2.
He's also pretty tall, so it's a long ways for him to bend over when he trucks.
So I think we talked about this last week. Ugh. What are you buying or selling Pitts?
I'm still buying.
I bought him.
Make me nervous.
I know
I
you
bought him.
I already knew your answer.
I mean, he's still like if I was ranking rest of the season right now, he's still for sure in the top 8, probably in the top 5 or 6. So I guess I'm buying. But I mean,
you think Ritter helps him? He's got it right.
Yes.
I mean, I would have thought Mariota would help him. Honestly,
I didn't.
Why?
I know. I don't know
I
why
didn't
Cody.
think so
Cody
either.
said that preseason too.
Well, I just
Delaney
think
Walker was.
I just
kind
think
of the thing.
Mariota lacks a lot of skill, and those guys tend to find short yardage, which Kyle Pitts isn't your traditional short yardage. So that's fair in that sense.
Yeah, I miss Matt Ryan and Kyle Pitts.
So you guys started
Desmond
Drake
Ritter.
London?
I would like Desmond Ritter to be the
We're going to
quarterback.
answer that differently, Brian.
Are you? Are you guys starting
Yeah.
Drake London?
No,
I'm a yes. I knew it.
I probably would too.
he's not that good.
I think he's
He's
that
been good
I
for
think-
fantasy. I can buy it that he hasn't been a good NFL player. I can buy that, Mario. But he's been
You're
overall
right.
good enough for fantasy that it's tough not to.
Okay.
I think you're pretty spot on. I am looking for other options than Drake London against Tampa Bay, but I get it. If what it's kind of misleading based on what I'm saying, which I think the Falcons are going to be in this. How are they going to be in this? It's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be the running backs, and I don't know what to expect from Kyle Pitts. So it's probably going to be partially Drake London.
Or probably it's feeling like the answer is they might just not be in this as we talk
Maybe.
about it.
Yeah. So
Especially if
end
you're
up
calling for
doing
Big
it,
Tom
though.
Brady week.
They-
Honestly, you're
they-
calling for Big Tom Brady week. Like maybe the storyline here is that the Falcons are going to put up 10 points.
That was the reason they would be big Tom Brady week because the Atlanta would press them to make them throw a ton. I don't know.
Yeah.
They have every other game, and
Let's
I
go
don't get how.
to the Steelers and the Bills, where the Steelers are going to lose by 40, and Kenny
This
Pickett's
is a good
gonna
benching, by the way. I just want to say.
Kenny Pickett's
House-
going to get murdered.
House said the Steelers are going to win this game.
He is high.
Do you know what
the
the
Bucks
most important
Falcons
Can I
spread
add
line?
an
Can we-
important takeaway? Yeah,
before
do the
you
Bucks
that-
Falcons. Yeah.
Thank you. The Bucks Falcons. Bucks are minus 7.5. I'm taking Falcons 7.5.
But you think the Bucks are going to have this crazy blowout game? Oh, you think it's
'cause
going to
the
be a
Falcons-
blowout
I did not say it
on
was-
both sides? Okay.
You just think the Falcons are going to push them.
Yeah.
I'll take the Bucks.
I'll go.
But I
Bucks as
actually
well.
think that I'm making a bad bet because the Falcons have been better than advertised.
Yeah, but I
somehow.
don't think the Falcons
Somehow.
have Cordarrelle, so I think they're going to struggle.
True that.
Could be true.
What I wanted to throw in about, because I'd mentioned it was good Trubisky benching. Someone should be on the phone with the Steelers right now for Mitchell Trubisky. You know who it should be.
The Panthers.
Hey, Chicago, want you back.
Not the Panthers.
That offense would be 3 times the offense it is right now with Mitchell Trubisky, and that's saying
Which
something.
one, Chicago or Panthers?
Chicago.
Oh,
I think the Panthers would be better with him.
I don't know. Trubisky's still like a bottom 5 starter, and so there's really only
Bottom
about
5?
Baker's been bad, and Trubisky was really bad with the Steelers.
I mean, Trubisky was a backup last year, so like to even call him starter quality is pushing it.
All right, so Steelers. Are you starting any receivers? I'm personally starting Deontay and feeling pretty good about it because I think they're going to be down huge, and somebody's got to catch the ball. That's my hope. And also, I have to start him.
Let me
Kenny
look. I feel
Pickett
like
did
I've been
not target.
Deontay's like
Deontay.
20 something.
Ooh, it's worse than I thought.
Yeah, he hasn't been fantastic. Yeah, I don't really want to start Deontay now that I think about it. Rookie quarterback going in against the Bills, he's literally going to get murdered.
Yeah, I find it real tough. Like after watching Deontay, and Deontay's underperformed greatly this year. I think he's like wide receiver 47 or something, 45, right around there.
Bad. Wow.
Jeez, even
It's bad. It's bad.
Why can't I not find Deontay Johnson? Why is it?
I honestly, I would need. I'm not starting these receivers, and if you have Najee, you probably don't have another
He's
RB.
40 exactly.
Yeah, like I'm not
His
starting these wide
last week
receivers.
was
I
bad.
am optimistic with Kenny Pickett, and it looks like George Pickens might be the sneaky guy that he likes.
I'm benching Najee Harris. If I can.
Wow.
If I can.
Yeah.
If I have like Kareem Hunt, I'd probably play Kareem Hunt over him.
You think it's
It's
gonna be
pro-
bad?
I think this game's going to be ugly. The Bills' defense is so good. He might get benched because they're down so much.
Kenny Pickett or Najee? Just like
Najee.
Here's the thing: Najee and Kareem Hunt have they're probably both late 20s in terms of where they are for the year. So I mean, your first reaction there, like when you said that, I was like, "Oh, I don't think I would." But honestly, they've probably been pretty similar in terms of fantasy points.
Yeah,
Najee is
26
26.
Kareem's probably about right there, I think.
22.
Oh yeah,
But again, the last 3 weeks, Najee
Not
is
good.
easily outperformed Hunt.
but honestly, Najee can't have outperformed him by like a crazy amount.
Najee
I mean,
had
it's not
7
been
last
good.
week.
He's had 30. I'm doing this in my head. 34 to his 30 to Hunt's right around 30.
Last 3 weeks, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So not
4
crazy.
points difference. No, man.
Yeah. So in the New England game, that was when Najee had 6 targets. Last week, he had 0, which is kind of concerning. And to Brian's point. So, I mean, I get it, but like, I don't see how you could bench Najee. Like, you have Kareem Hunt. Yeah, I'd probably start Kareem Hunt over Najee this week.
It's one of those where I think I'd start Najee, but it might be just I'm stuck on the name to some degree because I'm not. I mean, I don't feel good about saying that.
It's hard to bounce off the name.
It is. It's also hard to bounce off the $55 you spent on him in a auction league, probably.
Or the first round pick. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So, on the Bills side, you're playing Stephon Diggs. Are you playing Gabe Davis?
I'm not.
Yes.
Bold. I know.
Yes.
Everybody loves Gabe Davis. He next.
So what's
Jesus
he at?
has
Like
returned.
one good
He's
week, one bad
amazing.
week
He's
so
so
far?
great.
Maybe 2 bad weeks?
He's had
One
2
good,
bad
2
weeks,
bad.
1 good week. He's been dealing with an ankle injury. I am back in on Gabe Davis. I wasn't a big Gabe Davis fan for what he was going at draft wise, but it seems like I would shoot some offers out. I did actually.
We had a
That's not one for
good
Tyler.
Isaiah McKenzie week last week. I think we all agreed we'd play him last week. Are we playing him again this week?
It's going to be tough.
He does have an injury, I'm pretty sure.
If we're
McKenzie
expecting,
or Davis?
I think McKenzie's got a real chance of not playing. Am I crazy?
no, he does. You're right, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah,
It
he did
is.
sit out today.
Yeah.
He's in concussion protocol.
Okay.
So I mean, I want
My
Gabe
answer
Davis.
is Stephon Diggs.
I would agree with Cody, but again,
Stephon is for sure in your lineups, right?
but if
Like,
you're looking at
Yeah.
if you're looking
go
at
ahead,
Deontay Johnson and Jacoby Myers, like you're picking Gabe Davis out of that, right?
yep, I am.
I guess, but I don't really. I mean, they're all flexes for me.
So
Probably.
somebody we talked
So,
about
like-
earlier also, Romeo Dobbs is currently ranked
Yeah,
one spot
that one's
above
tough.
Gabe Davis.
He's been really good the last.
Maybe
2
I
weeks.
like Gabe Davis more than I think. I don't know. I mean,
He's ranked 32nd for the week.
that feels right, I guess. I feel like people are higher. I feel like Gabe Davis gets talked about more than somebody that's ranked 32nd.
He
You guys
does
feel like
for
that?
sure.
I feel like everyone hypes Gabe Davis, and then when a ranking comes out, like, no, actually, we think he sucks.
He and Damian Pierce were probably the two most hyped guys that I saw on social media this year.
Yeah, Gabe was hyped.
32 is fine for him. Like, I figured people had him at 22, honestly. Like, 32 is fine for Gabe Davis.
Not yet. Everyone kind of is dropping. That's why I think he might be a nice buy low right now. I think he's better than 32.
Some we're looking at Singletary, ranked 27 this week, right after AJ Dillon. You guys playing him? I mean, Steelers D is never a joke.
I think if you guys are predicting this game to be the Bills smoking the Steelers, then why wouldn't you start Singletary, which seems like they're featured back this year?
To that point, because the Bills will do whatever they can to not give the ball to Devin Singletary.
Yeah, here's my only reason, Mario, and I know it sounds crazy, because the offense is good. The only person who's been worth starting for the most part has been Stephon Diggs, and I don't know where
Josh Allen.
I don't know where the stuff's going. Like, I 100% in theory agree with what you're saying. Like, it's the Bills, it's got to go somewhere, but it just hasn't. Like,
The last 2 weeks, Devin Singletary against Miami and Baltimore in games that were close. So say what you will on that. 73 snap share, 88 last week. Had 9 rushing attempts in week 3, 11 in week 4, 11 targets
in week 3.
in week 3, 5 targets in week 4. He's got to be in your lineups.
Oh, you can see he's got to be in your lineups, but he's still a very bottom end RB2, even if you say that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird though, because like him and Miles Sanders,
like him or Kareem Hunt. Let's say that.
Oh, Devin Singletary for
him
me.
or AJ Dillon.
Singletary. The opportunity is at least somewhat there by how much he's out there.
See, here's what's funny is AJ Dillon probably gets more touches though.
That's probably true.
I think that's true for sure. But are they high quality? Are they touches?
I guess
in space?
I guess it's
they're touches within the 20s.
Yeah.
Right.
And in between the tackles too.
I mean, I guess it's Singletary for me, just thinking it through, but I'm really not excited to start Devin Singletary. Like, I'm not, it's not somebody that I'm seeking out for me.
All right. Mario, hit us with the line.
Hey.
14.
No.
10.5 is my actual guess.
Holy shit, it is 14.
Oh
No.
It's 14 and a half.
I'll take the
Wow.
Steelers.
I still go Bills.
That's the biggest one that we've had this year. I go Steelers. Wow.
It's too big.
Wow. It's because Kenny Pickett is like the first rookie going against the number 1 defense. The last time a rookie did that, I think it was Ben Roethlisberger that did well or won or something like that.
All right. So our last game on the docket.
Whew.
Oh, let's get a good stretch in. Dolphins, Jets. Let's move this one fast like Tyreek Hill. He says, after being talked to by reporters about Tua being out, that he could put up numbers if I threw him the ball. Do you guys agree? Did he put up numbers if I threw him the ball? I don't think
this offense was not Tua doing well. He's playing great. But largely McDaniel. And I think Teddy is going to come out and look fine.
Disagree.
In the middle.
I have seen enough Teddy Two Gloves that I know he is not good.
You saw him on Matt Rule. You saw him with Vic Fangio. He actually has a coach here. Give me Teddy. Give me Tua.
Still in the middle.
I mean, on the same
I like Tua.
Still in the middle. Teddy Bridgewater is not good.
He's serviceable.
But he's serviceable enough that
I'm
this
not saying
offense will be
start him in your
okay.
fantasy lineup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, I think
but
the
the weapons are
receivers will be
okay.
good. Well,
Yeah.
good enough. I don't
That's
want
what
to say
I'm
like Tyreek Hill's not putting up 40 points with Teddy Bridgewater.
Well, it just depends.
He's not putting
Or
up
the-
30. He's not putting up even maybe 20. I think he's like
That might be
high
a good statement,
teens.
Brian. It probably puts a ceiling on this. That's probably
Yeah.
a really good
You
statement.
think so? Because like Tyreek is he's a yak monster.
Yeah, he is.
So what's Teddy need to do for him?
I just don't feel like I've
Throw
ever
the
heard of
ball.
a Teddy Bridgewater receiver having 150 yards. And maybe this
Yeah.
is the guy, but I just
No,
feel like
I don't see it. Also, I love Jalen Waddle. If I had to pick one, I'd rather have Waddle than Hill. But that's also dynasty me talking. I think you're starting both of them, right?
Jalen Waddle's been better than I
Yes.
gave him credit for.
Both
Yeah.
are in your lineups.
Yeah.
For sure.
Most
It's hard,
the real
it's hard to
question.
do that with. It's hard to start both of them with Teddy in. You don't feel great about that, but they're both too good to take out. So
Does
Mostert,
Raheem- Yeah, does he fall with the AJ Dillon Kareem Hunts?
I don't.
No, I think
so.
somehow Chase Edmonds is that because Chase Edmonds doesn't touch the ball other than for touchdowns.
So you think Mostert's a little bit better than them?
I think Mostert is the starting running back. He's the, I don't want to say bell cow because he's not a bell cow, but I think Mostert is clearly the RB1.
Yeah, 72%.
Chase Edmonds doesn't get the ball.
snaps.
Yeah, Chase Edmonds doesn't
He
get the
doesn't.
ball. It's just that they're touchdowns every time he gets it. And
Yeah,
not good
his-
touchdowns. It's like a 3-yard touchdown.
Dude, I think you guys talking Raheem Mostert up this much, you guys are crazy.
No. I'm not trying to hype Mostert.
I don't think I am either.
Yeah.
But you're
he's
putting him in
not-
the
he's not-
category with AJ Dillon and Singletary.
For fantasy, and I didn't say Singletary, I said Kareem Hunt for fantasy.
Oh.
The touches that he's getting is right around the same. He had 18 last week, 17.
He is
I'm not
RB
doing it. We
46,
already declared Chase
It's
Edmonds
been
was going to
bad.
be a good flex, and we look like clowns. I'm not doing it again.
See, I don't
He
think
was-
Chase Edmonds. I see. I'm way. And I guess you're saying this too, B. Well, I traded away Chase Edmonds. We talked about this for the show. I traded him away. He just doesn't get the ball.
Yeah, that's how
I
it's
don't-
always been with Chase Edmonds.
Yeah.
That's been the story since the Cardinals.
I don't think you want to start any running backs from the Dolphins. That's
I
kind of
don't-
my take.
I don't think so either. But on the other side of the ball, the Jets, you starting Brees Hall.
Yep.
The Dolphins
Yeah, but I'm
defense
not
bad.
I'll say this: I'm still not ecstatic to start Brees Hall.
I want to
think
buy
he's starting
Brees Hall
caliber.
wherever.
I think he looks really good.
He's
I
a
wanna buy him
starting
wherever.
caliber running back. That
I
part
think
is
he
definitely
looks
true.
really good. Michael Carter, you're probably not playing.
Nope.
Not even if you're desperate.
Probably not.
I mean, he looks good when he gets the ball, but like Chase Edmonds, he doesn't get the ball because Hall is their starter. You playing Garrett Wilson? You playing Corey Davis? Corey Davis has actually been like,
Out on all
I'm
of
not
them
playing, but I did pick him up.
why are you out on all of them?
until Zach Wilson is not the quarterback.
Dude, Corey Davis last week had 18.5 points.
It's just
I
gonna
picked him
change
up. He's
every
interesting. I think Corey Davis is a bye week fill-in with Zach Wilson. Bye week fill-in. So I guess I'm calling him like a
He had
wide
moments
receiver.
with Flacco, honestly, boys.
Well, but he had moments with Zach Wilson last year.
No, I know. I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, to both your points, he did well with Flacco as well compared to Wilson, who did well with Flacco and apparently has disappeared on.
Yeah.
It's way too
Wilson's-
early to say disappeared. It's been 1 week.
It's Zach Wilson. I think everyone
agree.
needs to just completely accept he's not going to be good. Well, let's get
Mario,
over
he's
it.
Where's Tyler Conklin rank this week?
That's tough, dude. Like, he's another one that, like, I loved what he was seeing with Joe Flacco throwing 50 times, and they're still going to have to throw a ton because they suck. But it's going to be Wilson targets, and it just isn't the same, dude. I miss Flacco.
The
Where's
Dolphins
sad
might
music?
also suck.
The
Those are
Dolphins
words you never
defense
thought
is
you'd
pretty
say.
good.
The Dolphins defense is bad.
You were the one that was telling us and asking us if it was good. I said, yeah, they're about medium. They're medium rare. They've been pretty
Hold on, let me go
decent.
find my picture.
Medium rare is
here.
my go-to. So
Yeah, that's the
Dolphins defense is bottom 5 with the Browns, Falcons, Titans, and Jets.
Ooh, that's not even that great of offenses.
no.
The Browns are a good offense.
Wait,
The Browns,
play
the Browns,
Dolphins
the
already?
Dolphins, and the Falcons are
Oh no, those are
above
the bottom
average.
5 defense. I
Yeah,
got
those
it.
are
I
the
thought
bottom
you said
5
they
defense.
played.
But the Dolphins have had some matchups, man. They played Baltimore.
They played
They've
Bills,
played-
right?
Bills. Like, come on.
I'm just giving you the stats.
Well, the stats aren't good enough, Brian.
How do you feel that the Browns are right there with him?
That
Not
makes
shocked.
perfect sense. I just want to go to their games before we log out here. They've played New England, shitty. I think they kept them to 7 points. Baltimore, Buffalo, Cincinnati. That's tough, dude. Like, you got the
Cincinnati. Come on.
Cincinnati looked
They
great.
played the
They're-
Super Bowl last year.
I know, Jesus.
And how have they been this year? Like,
Fine.
let's
2-2.
Fine the last
let's
couple
be
weeks.
honest here. Like, how have they
2-2.
been this year? Come
They've
on.
been fine. 2-2.
How has their offense looked? Come on.
Fine.
Come on. You guys sound like
Look,
clowns.
I feel like their
That's a great
offense had like
passing.
one really bad week, and Brian wrote them off for the whole year.
They've
Yeah,
had
it was the first
17, 27. They lost to the Steelers, scored 20, and they had 27 against the Jets. Those are not numbers they were putting up last year.
That's nice, though.
They were
feel
scoring
like
like
that's like
45
24
a game last year.
No, that's not true.
Dude,
45 a game. Come on.
I mean,
Did he
it's
say
not-
they were
it's obviously
scoring
not that
45
high.
a game?
Yeah.
Bengals points per game.
What a clown.
Bengals points per game. They scored 27.1
Outro's playing.
points per game,
And they're averaging like what, 24 this year?
and they're averaging 22 this year. That's 5 points.
Wow.
That's big. They were 7th in the league last year. They're 14th this year.
Yeah, and it's 4 weeks in. They're fine. They're fine.
Miami's defense is fine, too. I don't know.
We can't hear you.
Why
Am I back?
is Mordo's mic the only one that does that?
Yes.
No, it happens to everybody's whoever's talking during the time. Check us out on Twitter at DadBodFS, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, DadBod Fantasy Squad. We'll be posting our recordings to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and what else, Cody?
I don't know. I can't get this right.
It's all the major streaming platforms. Check us out.
No!
For Mudcat Cody,
There we go.
for Brian. Peace.